Coach Jim Marchioni. Nice to see you again. All right, we are joined on the dais
Recording in progress.
by Coach Kim McNeil, Devin Hagermann, and Joyner. Coach, why don't we start with just a general comment from you about the game, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to say, Memphis, that's a tough team. They always play extremely hard. They got some players on there that don't quit. We knew coming in it was going to be a dogfight. They're really good on the offensive glass, and just kudos to them and their seniors that had an unbelievable career. But I'm just really proud of my team of just really taking the motto of one quarter, one half. That's what we talked about. Going into conference tournament. Everybody's record is 0-0. It doesn't really matter what has happened, from January up to this point. And I thought we did a really good job of prepping the last couple of days and just really coming in and executing the game plan. We wanted to turn them over. We wanted to be really good in our matchup, which I felt like we hadn't been this season. But, come tournament time, if you defend, rebound, and share the ball, you got an opportunity to win. And I thought we did a good job of that today.
Thank you, Coach. Chuck, we have questions in the back?
Yep, we can go right to the folks on Zoom. If you have a question for Coach of the student athletes, please use the raise hand feature, and we will take them in order. And we'll start with Patrick Mason, please.
Hey, Coach. I know you guys last game, obviously didn't kind of go where you wanted to, but I guess what do you guys kind of get right over the next 3-4 days heading into this one? Because it looked like you guys were ready to rip right at the beginning.
Yeah, after that UT San Antonio game, I think we were pretty embarrassed, how we played our last home game and how we performed in front of Pirate Nation. But, after that game in the locker room, we said we had to move on and figure out how to come together and play East Carolina basketball for 7 days. And that started in practice and leading on into the tournament. And we just really emphasized our defense. That's been our motto ever since I've been here at East Carolina. That's been our identity is for us to defend and be able to get out and transition. And I thought we really took a conscious effort of executing the game plan, which was defending and trying to turn them over and getting out in transition.
This one's for Amiya. You obviously had a really good game, double-double. How easy is it to kind of get going when you have, some teammates with some pretty big assist numbers?
They always looking to find me.
Yeah, and for Devin, Coach was talking about turnovers. Not only do you guys get some turnovers, you turn those into points. So I guess just how crucial was that just to be able to take advantage of those turnovers?
It's very crucial. Before the game, we have a limit of turnovers that we try to keep under. So that was really important. And just as a point guard, just knowing that that's my role to take control of the game and just keep our turnovers low.
And Coach, the first time you guys played Memphis, they hit a bunch of threes. How did you guys kind of take that part of their game away?
Yeah, that was part of the game plan, just knowing what Bowler and Eaton and Welsh was, because they had really good games against us the first time. I thought we did a really good job of that. I also thought offensively our post really set the tone early. I thought Amiya and Anjane did a really good job of fighting each other on the high-low. We knew they were either going to pack it in a zone or pack it in versus a man and try to take our post away. Obviously, that's everybody's game plan. I thought we did a good job of moving the ball right to left and then finding each other over the top. Thought they played really well together and set the tone.
You guys have been getting, tons of assists all year. I mean, to see it again tonight from Devin, Hutton's got another 5. That just leads to scoring all over the roster. I mean, it's just how much does that open up everything when you can share the ball that well?
Yeah, I love looking down at the stat sheet and seeing, 3 people in double figures. That kind of tells the other team that you can't take one person away and beat East Carolina. But, I've been saying all year long, this isn't a one-man show. This team isn't. In order for us to be successful, we got to share the ball, move the ball from right to left, and really score out of our offense. And I thought today we did a really good job of executing our offense and scoring and allowing the offense to score for us.
And then just the last thing for me, just toward the players. I mean, what does this win, do for you guys just moving forward? How are you going to use this to, play hopefully a lot of games in a lot of days?
It was a great win, but we're not satisfied. We have North Texas tomorrow, so we're going to Well, it's great momentum going into the next game, so we're just going to use that and come back and get this win tomorrow.
Yeah, Coach, along those lines, I'll just ask you to just look ahead to tomorrow's matchup with North Texas. What do you see in that one?
Yeah, I think we've played an extra game with them, 6 overtimes, 4 at their place last year and 2 at our place this year. So, hopefully it won't go into a whole lot of overtimes. Hopefully we can get it done in regulation. But, obviously they didn't finish number 2 in the league for no reason. They're a really good team. They play hard for each other. They execute their game plan. But, we owe them. We feel like they stole one from us down in Greenville. So, we'll come in tomorrow. We'll be prepared. We're 7-1 in conference, in tournament play here in the last 3 years. So, tournament time is where we peak, and that's always our goal. Want to be playing our best basketball come late February, early March, and I feel like we're doing that now.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, lady. We'll go this way.
Okay.